Welcome to US Numismatics. In today's video, we're diving into the fascinating world of rare 1-cent coins, those ordinary-looking coins that could actually be worth a fortune. From minting errors to low mintage surprises, these hidden gems might be sitting in your pocket right now. Stay tuned as we uncover the most valuable pennies that every collector should know about. Top 1. Today we are diving into one of the most fascinating coins in US history, the 1976 Lincoln wheat penny. Now wait a second, you might be thinking, wheat penny in 1976? Isn't that too late? And that's exactly what makes this story so captivating. This coin isn't supposed to exist, but it does, and it's turning heads in the coin collecting world for all the right reasons. First, a bit of a background for those new to the hobby. The Lincoln wheat penny, featuring those iconic stalks of wheat on the reverse, was minted from 1909 to 1958. After that, it was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial reverse design. So by 1976, every penny coming out of the US Mint should have featured the Lincoln Memorial, not the wheat design, but every so often, an error coin sneaks through the cracks of mint production. Whether it's due to a die that was accidentally reused or a transitional mistake, these rare pieces become incredibly valuable, and that's exactly what we're talking about today. A possible 1976 wheat reverse Lincoln penny, an error coin so rare, so unusual, it could be worth a small fortune. Now let's explore why this coin is such a big deal. The first reason is rarity. There are only a few known examples of Lincoln cents with mismatched obverse and reverses from the 1970s, making any such coin a must-have for serious collectors. A 1976 Lincoln wheat penny would technically be a mule coin, which is when a coin is struck with dies from two different types or series. These are considered major minting errors and are extremely desirable. Then there's the historical significance. The year 1976 was America's bicentennial, a time when the nation was celebrating 200 years of independence. Coin collectors were already paying extra attention to minting that year. So a misprint or error from such a symbolic year only increases the coin's appeal. But what really sends collectors into a frenzy is the condition. If such a coin is found in uncirculated, brilliant, or near mint condition, without heavy wear, scratches, or discoloration, it becomes exponentially more valuable. The preservation of sharp detail on Lincoln's portrait, clean wheat stalks, and strong lettering all point toward a premium-grade coin. Let's not forget about mint marks either. A 1976 Lincoln wheat penny with a D for Denver or an S for San Francisco could further elevate the value, especially if paired with a rare error. Sometimes, these mint marks even appear in unusual fonts or positions due to punching inconsistencies, a dream come true for error collectors. Also, consider the metal composition. While most pennies from 1976 were copper, some error coins were struck on experimental or foreign planchets by mistake. If your coin feels lighter or heavier than usual, or has a slightly off-color tone, you might be holding something truly unique. So why do collectors and coin lovers cherish these kinds of errors? It's because they tell a story. These coins weren't mass-produced intentionally, they happened because of a mistake, a rare glitch in the mint's otherwise perfect system. That's what makes them one-of-a-kind treasures. And now, here comes the part you've been waiting for. If you are lucky enough to have an authentic 1976 Lincoln wheat penny, especially one with mint errors, die variety, or in pristine uncirculated condition, it could be worth up to $70,000. Yes, $70,000 for a single penny. Imagine that. Something you might find buried in an old coin jar or inherited from a relative could turn out to be a life-changing discovery. That's the magic of coin collecting. So if you're a coin lover or just someone who enjoys history, always check your change. Keep an eye out for the unusual, the misprinted, the oddly dated. You never know when you'll uncover a tiny piece of metal that holds a massive story, and maybe even a massive value. Top 2. We are about to uncover a mystery that has stunned collectors and coin experts across the country, a coin that wasn't supposed to exist, yet somehow, against all odds, it does. We're talking about the 1977 Lincoln wheat penny, a coin so rare and unusual that it's become one of the most talked about finds in recent years. So if you're a coin lover, a treasure hunter, or just someone who enjoys amazing stories, you're going to want to listen very carefully to this one. Now, for those of you familiar with US coin history, you probably know that the wheat penny series officially ended in 1958. Starting in 1959, the reverse of the Lincoln cent featured the Lincoln Memorial, and that design continued for decades. So, what would a wheat penny be doing with a 1977 date on it? That's where this coin becomes a collector's dream and a numismatic puzzle. The 1977 Lincoln wheat penny is considered a mule error, an extremely rare type of mint mistake where two mismatched dies are used to strike the same coin. In this case, the obverse die from 1977 with Lincoln's portrait was accidentally paired with a reverse die from the earlier wheat penny series. This kind of error doesn't just slip through easily. It requires a very specific and rare set of circumstances to occur at the US Mint. Now, let's talk about why this coin is so valuable and desirable. First, there's the extreme rarity. Only a few of these coins have ever surfaced, and most collectors will never come across one in their lifetime. That scarcity alone gives this penny incredible value. But when combined with the coin's fascinating story, its value shoots even higher. Next, consider the error factor. In the world of coin collecting, errors are everything. A normal coin is interesting, but an error coin? That's where the big money is. And a wheat reverse on a 1977 penny is a major error, especially because it's not something that could have been faked easily. Experts who've examined these coins believe they were genuine mint errors, likely struck during die changes or due to an overlooked leftover die being mistakenly reused. Another layer of value comes from the condition of the coin. A heavily circulated penny won't command the same price as a crisp, uncirculated one. So if you happen to have a 1977 wheat penny with sharp details, no scratches, and strong mint luster, you could be holding a small fortune in your hand. Coins that are graded high by professional grading services are considered especially valuable. In fact, the difference in value between a worn coin and a mint state example can be thousands, or even tens of thousands, of dollars. Let's also not overlook the collector excitement around this coin. It's not just rare, it's a conversation piece, a true anomaly in American coinage. Coin lovers are fascinated by it because it defies what we thought we knew. It challenges the timeline. It makes us wonder how many more unusual and rare coins might still be hiding in old collections, forgotten drawers, or inherited boxes of pocket change, and what about possible variations? Some of these 1977 wheat pennies may feature additional errors such as double dies, off-center strikes, or repunched mint marks. Each of these features adds more uniqueness and value. Imagine having a 1 in a million coin with not just one, but multiple rare characteristics. That's the kind of find that collectors dream of. So now, top 3, we're focusing on one of the most mysterious and intriguing coins to ever surface from American coinage, the 1978 Lincoln wheat penny. Yes, you heard that right. A wheat penny dated 1978, a coin that technically shouldn't even exist. But a few rare examples have surfaced, and they've sent shockwaves through the coin collecting community. If you're a coin lover or someone with a passion for collecting US currency, this is a story you won't want to miss. So listen very carefully, because this coin could be hiding in someone's drawer, a dusty old jar, or even in your collection. Let's start with a bit of history. The Lincoln wheat penny was officially minted from 1909 to 1958. In 1959, the US Mint switched the reverse design from the wheat stalks to the Lincoln Memorial, in honor of Abraham Lincoln's 150th birthday. From 1959 through the early 2000s, every penny featured the memorial design, so a wheat penny from 1978 should be impossible, and yet, some collectors have reported and verified examples of 1978 Lincoln cents with the wheat reverse. These are classified as mule error coins, coins that are struck with mismatched dies from two different designs. This means that during minting, a wheat penny reverse die was mistakenly paired with a 1978 obverse die. This kind of error is so rare and so unlikely that it makes each coin almost one of a kind. Now let's talk about why this coin is so valuable and so exciting for collectors. First and foremost, extreme rarity. There are only a handful of known error coins like this in existence. That makes them incredibly desirable in the eyes of collectors and investors alike. When a coin like this appears, It draws immediate attention from the numismatic world because of how unlikely it is to have been created in the first place. Second, this type of error is not easy to fake. That's why genuine examples have gone through rigorous inspection and even professional grading services to confirm authenticity. A true 1978 Lincoln wheat penny is not a novelty, it's a legitimate U.S. Mint error, and that makes it a historical piece of American coinage, but that's not all. Some of these rare 1978 wheat pennies come with additional minting anomalies, like off-center strikes, doubling on the date or letters, known as double die errors, or even repunched mint marks. Each of these errors can further boost the coin's uniqueness and market value, and here's something every collector should understand. Condition matters. A coin found in average circulated condition will still have value due to the rarity of the error. But a coin found in uncirculated or mint state condition? That's where we're talking big numbers. Coins graded at MS 65 or higher can demand incredible premiums at auction. Sharp details, no signs of wear, and original mint luster, these are the things that send a rare coin's value through the roof. So why is this coin so appealing to coin lovers and collectors? Because it challenges everything we know. It's rare, it's mysterious, and it represents the unexpected side of numismatics. Collectors aren't just buying metal, they're buying a story, a mistake that somehow made its way into circulation, a piece of history that wasn't meant to exist. That's the kind of thing that makes hearts race and bids climb. Now, after all this talk about rarity, condition, and history, it's time to answer the most important question: how much is a 1978 Lincoln wheat penny really worth? If you happen to come across one of these elusive coins, and especially if it's in uncirculated or mint state condition, it could be worth up to $80,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $80,000 for a penny. It's hard to believe, but that's the magic of coin collecting. What seems ordinary can turn out to be truly extraordinary. That's why we always say, check your change, dig through old jars, and never overlook a penny. Top 4. We're diving deep into the mystery of the 1979 Lincoln wheat penny. Yes, a wheat penny from 1979. This coin has baffled experts and excited collectors because it's incredibly rare, almost mythical, and could be worth a fortune if you're lucky enough to find one. So sit back, listen carefully, and enjoy this story. You won't believe what a single penny can be worth. Let's begin with a little background. The Lincoln wheat penny was minted from 1909 to 1958. After that, the U.S. Mint introduced the Lincoln Memorial Reverse, replacing the wheat ears with the monument in honor of Abraham Lincoln's legacy. By 1979, the wheat penny design had been out of circulation for over 2 decades. So the idea of a 1979 penny having the wheat ears on the reverse sounds impossible, right? Well, that's where things get interesting. A few rare coins have surfaced showing a 1979 obverse, the front side with Lincoln's portrait, paired with a wheat reverse, the iconic stalks of wheat design that ended in the 1950s. These coins are known as mule errors, and they happen when the U.S. Mint accidentally strikes a coin using dies from 2 different series or time periods. Now, mule coins are some of the rarest and most valuable errors in the entire world of coin collecting. They're the kind of mistake that only happens once in a blue moon, and because of that, they're treasured by collectors. The 1979 Lincoln wheat penny is one such extraordinary coin. So what makes this coin so incredibly valuable? First, let's talk about rarity. There may only be a handful of these coins in existence. We're talking about a possible minting accident that happened in a tightly controlled environment, making this coin nearly impossible to duplicate. If you find one, it's like discovering a secret that the mint never meant to reveal. Next, consider the error factor. Mule coins like the 1979 wheat penny are highly sought after because they are not part of the official coin schedule. They're born out of mistakes, an error in dies, a misplacement in the minting process. These types of errors are extremely rare, especially in modern coin production, where minting standards are incredibly strict. But wait, it gets even better. Some of these coins have additional unique features such as double die errors, where the date or lettering appears slightly doubled due to a misalignment during the minting process. Others might have off-center strikes, repunched mint marks, or planchet defects that make them even more unique and valuable. Each error adds a new layer of rarity, and for collectors, That means excitement and serious value. Now let's talk about condition. That if you happen to find a 1979 Lincoln wheat penny that's been heavily circulated, it will still hold impressive value due to its rarity. But if it's in uncirculated condition, or has been professionally graded at a high level, say, MS 65 or above, you're looking at a completely different ballgame. A well-preserved example with crisp details, strong strike, and original luster is what every collector dreams of owning. And why are collectors so passionate about this coin? Because it challenges everything we know about the U.S. Mint's production history. It's a once-in-a-lifetime find, a mistake that made its way into circulation, defying logic, and now serving as a treasure hunt for anyone who collects coins. This is not just a penny, it's a conversation piece, a mystery, and a piece of American history all rolled into one. So now, let's answer the big question that's been on your mind from the very beginning. How much is a 1979 Lincoln wheat penny really worth? If you are lucky enough to have one of these rare era coins in near mint or uncirculated condition, it could be worth as much as $85,000. Yes, you heard that right, $85,000 for a single penny. That's why collectors everywhere are on the hunt, searching through jars, drawers, old piggy banks, and inherited collections, hoping to stumble upon this ultra-rare coin. And if you're a coin lover, this is exactly the kind of story that keeps the passion alive. Top 5. We're talking about the 1980 Lincoln wheat penny. Yes, a coin that technically shouldn't even exist, but somehow, it does. And its value? Absolutely mind-blowing. If you're a coin lover, collector, or even someone who enjoys a good treasure hunt, listen very carefully. This could be one of the most fascinating coin stories you've ever heard. Let's start with a quick bit of history. The Lincoln wheat penny design ran from 1909 to 1958. After that, the reverse of the coin was changed to feature the Lincoln Memorial, which was used all the way through to 2008. So, by all official records, there is no such thing as a wheat penny minted in 1980. And that's exactly what makes this coin so mysterious, and so valuable. The 1980 Lincoln wheat penny is a mule coin, a rare type of minting error where the obverse and reverse dies don't match. In this case, the front of the coin features the 1980 date and Lincoln's familiar portrait, but the reverse, shockingly, displays the older wheat ears design that should have been retired more than 20 years earlier. This kind of error doesn't just happen every day. In fact, it takes a perfect storm of minting mishaps for a coin like this to be created. It's the kind of mistake that gets caught almost instantly, but somehow, this one slipped through the cracks and ended up in circulation. For collectors, that's the dream, a coin that was never supposed to exist. So what makes the 1980 wheat penny truly special? First, it's the rarity. Only a few of these coins are believed to have made it out of the U.S. Mint. That already puts it in an elite category of coins, something so scarce that even seasoned collectors may go their entire lives without seeing one in person. Then, we have the historical value. This coin is not just a piece of copper, it's a glitch in time, a minting anomaly that connects two very different eras of American coinage. For collectors and numismatists, it's like owning a rare manuscript with a misprint. It becomes instantly more valuable, but that's not all. Many of these rare 1980 wheat pennies have additional errors that make them even more desirable. Some display double die errors, where parts of the coin like the date or lettering appear slightly double due to misalignment in the minting process. Others may have off-center strikes, die cracks, or repunched mint marks, each one adding another layer of uniqueness and value to an already rare coin. And let's talk about condition, because that's where the value really skyrockets. If a 1980 Lincoln wheat penny is found in a heavily circulated state, it's still valuable due to its extreme rarity. But if you find one that's uncirculated, or even better, mint state, the value can shoot through the roof. Coins graded MS 65 and above are considered pristine, and collectors are willing to pay top dollar for them, especially if they're paired with a significant minting error. So why is this coin such a big deal in the collecting world? Because it represents everything collectors love: rarity, mystery, history, and a story that defies logic. It's not just a coin, it's an accident of history, a hidden gem that somehow found its way into the world. For serious collectors, it's like striking gold. For beginners, it's the ultimate inspiration to check every coin twice, because you never know what you might find. Now, the moment you've all been waiting for. If you are one of the incredibly lucky individuals to come across a genuine 1980 Lincoln wheat penny in pristine, uncirculated condition, with or without additional errors, it could be worth as much as $90,000. That's right. $90,000 for a penny. Imagine that. This is exactly why we say never underestimate the power of pocket change. Always check your coins, dig through your old jars, and go through those inherited collections. Because sometimes, the most valuable treasures are hiding in the smallest places. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins, coin errors, and hidden treasures in everyday currency, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next exciting discovery.